SKAPS Industries is a global leader in protecting, sustaining, and reinforcing the Earth's environment. Every country experiences challenges on a daily basis, whether natural or man-made. Our geosynthetics are extensively used in drainage, filtration, separation, stabilization, reinforcement, asphalt overlay, and erosion control. They ensure exceptional stability, integrity, and reinforcement to the structure.
What is SKAPS? SKAPS Industries is a locally founded company which manufactures geosynthetics. They have manufacturing facilities in the United States and throughout India. They have sold their products in over 60 countries. Their products include geomembranes, geotextiles, genotes, and geocomposite products. How are we able to get a tour here? In order to tour, we contacted their Director of Manufacturing, Mr. Don Featherly, who set us up with a tour of their manufacturing facility in Commerce. This facility manufactures large liners for landfills. It also manufactures the necessary packing and rolling materials and conducts soil tests to help manufacture their liners for specific environments. The primary manufacturing process in this facility is extrusion, and the primary material is a type of resin.
On to the tour. Our tour starts with a storage yard where SKAPS stores about 15-foot rolls of their geosynthetic base liners. Next door is the SKAPS office in Commerce and the attached manufacturing facility that we toured. Upon entering the facility, you will actually see the geosynthetic liners at their final stages of manufacturing. Here is one of the extruders for one layer of the type of geosynthetic liners that SKAPS produces. Although you cannot see, this machine extrudes down to 25 feet underground where we're standing. It extrudes a layer of the geocomposite liners seen in crosshatch pattern and cooled with cold water to exacerbate material cooldown. In applications such as canal and pond liners, this crosshatch pattern that SKAPS uses promotes drainage of water down the slope while trying to prevent material erosions such as stones, gravel, and or sand to travel to the bottom, which could hinder flow.
The geosynthetics that SKAPS produces are utilized in a variety of applications. They are utilized to line the ground for landfills, ponds, mining applications, and structural reinforcement. As far as these applications go, the liners are utilized to prevent toxic runoff from these industries from infiltrating surrounding groundwater, rivers, and streams. The facility that we visited was in Commerce, Georgia. When we were there, we first saw their stockyard that included all of their finished liner rolls. We were then brought to their main manufacturing facility, which was incredibly large. They were in the process of expanding since their business is growing so fast, and what was interesting about this is they actually installed rail lines on the outside of the building. This was done so they had a place to hold the resin they used for the liners while they were building and have built the new resin containment silos. One interesting aspect about the production of the liners is that when the resin is added to the geonet, it is extremely hot and very loosely attached. In order for the resin to properly adhere to the net, it needs to be cooled very quickly and put under pressure. To accomplish this, SKAPS developed a sort of well that is 25 feet deep with extremely cold water. The liner is fed in on rollers and travels to the bottom of the well and then slowly makes its way back up before it is dried and then placed on a roll.
SKAPS uses a variety of tests, mainly tensile and puncture tests, to determine the proper dimensions, weights, and volumes of their products to maximize protection provided by their geotextiles.
Different soil, like it can be sand in California, it can be hard clay in Georgia. Welcome to Georgia. And then, Virginia's got a little bit more of a mucky soil. So what they do is the landfill, whoever the engineer is, he'll send in the dirt that you're going to be putting in landfill in. They test that. They put it through the water flow. They get the water flow. They sit test it, and then they'll match up the fabric to the engineer's spec, civil engineer's spec, and then make the fabric to meet the requirements for the flow of water.
These testing methods are used to create tests such as filter point linings, filter band linings, uniform section linings, EnviroMat linings, and articulating block mats. The filter point linings are concrete linings that go over formations on small subgrades that undergo minimal hydrostatic loads. The purpose is to slow down the velocity of the fluid by way of friction. The filter band linings serve a similar purpose as the filter point linings, but provide greater protection against erosive forces. This product provides a duality of static friction because the tubular components of the lining are biaxially lined up. The uniform section linings could be likened to a concrete pavement at an incline. The purpose of this type of lining is to mitigate the effects of harsh debris and unwanted chemicals that permeate channels and ravines. Enviromat linings allow protection against severe surface runoff, where they are placed on the higher slopes of reservoirs, channels, and lakes, for example. Lastly, the articulating block mats protect against erosive forces by way of cable-reinforced beds made of concrete.
Here is our sources page. Thank you for watching our video and taking this virtual tour of SKAPS Industries with us.